All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is a master class on a very unique dasha system. Okay. Now, you know, there's always this frame of mind where we want to learn, you know, certain events of our life. And my experience is, I have seen people coming to me and saying, Navneet sir, I have a beautiful dasha going on. Many astrologers have predicted, and based on Vimshotri Mahadasha, that these 4 5 years are going to be one of the best years of my life. And everything was going very, very good. Everything was fantastic. And suddenly, you know, uh, I've met with an accident, or suddenly I have this huge loss. From where has this come? ये कहाँ से आया? I mean, at times we are also confused. When I was learning, I was in the initial years of my Jyotish. Even I got confused ki, the Dasha is so good. Everything is very nicely, working for this gentleman. But how come so much of problem, right? The next thing is to check whether, someone is going through sadasati or someone is going through any dhaya or a very, very bad transit. No, even to that level, also everything is fine. But then, over the period of time, we have learned a concept known as Bhava Dashas. Anyone who's heard about Bhava Dasha? किसी ने भाव दशा के बारे में सुना है आज तक? Anyone who's heard about Bhava Dashas, right? Bhava Dashas. Bhava Dasha means the dashas of houses. Okay? Bhava Dasha क्या होती है? Bhava is house, right? तो जैसे the dasha system basically is a nakshatra based system. हाँ, तो जो विंशोत्तरी महादशा है उसको हम कौन सी दशा बोलते हैं? इट्स अ नक्षत्र बेस्ड दशा सिस्टम, है ना? एंड इसी प्रकार कई राशि बेस्ड दशाएं हैं, राइट? बट ऑन द सेम टाइम, there is something known as Bhava Dasha concept, right? Which I am going to teach you. This is a unique concept, right? Very, very unique. And this has helped me to predict, right? This has helped me to find out कि प्रॉब्लम कहाँ पर है, राइट? और हमें किस भाव में जाकर, किस हाउस में जाकर हमें रेमेडी करनी चाहिए. Because the problem is not this to predict that you have a bad time. The thing is that your client, your follower will ask solution to the problem. And now the problem is not with Vimshotri Mahadasha. Problem is with Bhava Dashas. And you have to go to that particular house and you have to see which planet is sitting in that particular house. Is it the uh, you know is it a malefic, or is there a bad combination, a bad yoga in that house? Trust me, if you do remedy of that planet, it helps your Vimshotri Mahadasha, right? It really, really helps your Vimshotri Mahadasha. At times, you know for an example, for me, if I'm running Venus Mahadasha and Venus is in the fourth house, Digbal, directional strength, my entire Mahadasha is not going to be fantastic. There are, suppose Venus Mahadasha, you divide my Venus Mahadasha into, 4 parts of 5 5 years, right? And we will realize that in the first 5 years of Venus Mahadasha and the next 5 years of Venus Mahadasha, so many good and bad events are happening. But how come they are happening? And next time, if I keep a class, I will keep a class on Sudarshan Chakra Dashas. I'll teach you those also, right? Where like Surya 1 year and then how progression of Surya and other grahas. So I'll teach you someday. But today I'm going to teach you about Bhava Dashas. Bhava Dasha is house-based dasha system. ठीक है? तो उसके बारे में आज हम बात करेंगे एंड आई कैन गारंटी दैट all of you would relate to what I am saying. Okay, so करते हैं. We'll make a kundli. I'll share my whiteboard with you so that where's the whiteboard? Yeah, it's a whiteboard. Okay, is this same what Padma Chakra Padati? I don't know what is Padma Chakra Padati. Maybe if you can see this and you can relate to this, I know it's known as Bhava Dasha. If it is Padma, yeah, it can be Ankita ji. But okay, so we can give a new synonym, a new name to this dasha, another name to this dasha if this is the same which I'm talking about. Okay. All right. So. So let me make this horoscope. I think Parulji is not there in the class. If Acharyas can contact her that she should come in class. I don't know. She's all right. Okay, let me take a little thicker pen. Okay, all right. So making a horoscope here. Okay, okay. So ladies and gentlemen, the concept is that this concept was, let me tell you, was you know initially there is a change in this concept that has come. So Muni Parashara said if you take 120 years and divide 120 by 12, okay, so he said that एक भाव की दशा 10 साल की होनी चाहिए, 10 years. Okay, but I mean with Kali Yuga, what happens is that our life expectancy has reduced. हमारी आयु कम हो गई है. What is the average आयु आज की डेट में? What is the average आयु आज की डेट में? Right, 75, right? हम ये ले लेते हैं, right? और 70 to 80 इज अ गुड थिंग. मतलब मैक्सिमम अगर कोई जीता है आज की डेट में 80-82, उसके बाद तो लाइक इट्स अ वेरी डिफिकल्ट लाइफ एंड पीपल गो अवे. सो हम 80 लेते हैं. लेट्स टेक 80. 120 40 कम कर देते हैं बिकॉज देन दिस दशा सिस्टम विल नॉट फिट. Rather, it is good idea if we take 75, but let's take 80 because in US, people live little longer than in the eastern part of the world because of the environment of, you know, air quality and all that stuff. And the pure things that we get to eat. So can you divide 80 by 12? क्या आएगा? करो जरा. 80 को, if you divide 80 by 12. Okay. So what is that what you get? Right? 6.6. Right? So I think we should round it off to how much? We should round it off to 7 years. 7 साल को हम round कर देते हैं. Okay. So let me make a table on the side. So table हम यहाँ पे बनाते हैं. 0 to 7. Okay. Then 7 to 14. Okay. then 14 to 21, ठीक है, ठीक चल रहा है, ओके, एंड 21 to 28. This should be, can we consider this to be youth? इसको हम यूथ बोलते हैं, अपनी यंग एज बोलते हैं, बोल सकते हैं हम इसको, राइट? और 28 साल के बाद आज की डेट में लोग बूढ़े होने लगते हैं, बाल सफेद हो रहे हैं, हेल्थ खराब हो रही है, सो मेनी थिंग्स आर हैपनिंग, यू स्टार्ट फीलिंग एज इफ दैट you've lost your youth and now you're coming to the middle age. So वो middle age आना शुरू होता है. So I will make another pocket. Okay. So another pocket is 28 to 35, 35 to 42, 42 to 49, and 49 to 56. ये हमारी middle age है. We consider this to be middle age. Middle age. ठीक है. Now there's a third pocket जिसको हम बोलते हैं old age. So old age will be 56 onwards. So 56 to 63. And then 63 to 70. 70 to 77. And 77 to 84. Old age. And this is based on Kali Yuga. Okay. अब ये जो आपके 7 7 7, all these 7 7 7 years that you see on the screen, we've divided our life into youth, into middle age, and into old age. Every pocket of 7 years is dedicated to a bhava, is dedicated to a house. Okay? And in that age, or in that pocket of 7 years, you are getting result of that house. How will you get the result of that house? Right? Based on the planet sitting in that house. If there is a malefic sitting, or there is a Guru Chandala, or any yoga, right? So we are talking about people who've just joined. We are talking about Bhava Dashas, house-based Dasha system. Bhava Dasha. So we've taken, life expectancy as 84 years, and we've divided into three, areas, right? So a lot of astrologers will take 8 years also, 8 8 8. So they will take, young age up to 32, middle age up to 64, right? And then the old age up to 96. But people are living rarely to 96 nowadays, correct? So we've reduced one year. Probably, in 10 years down the line, you can further reduce it to 6 years, because life expectancy is going to go lower as compared to, that's Kali Yuga, right? I mean, we were hit by diabetes or other diseases when we were touching our 40s. Now I see early 20s, the children are hitting all these problems. Even in the teenage, they're getting diabetes and so much autoimmune diseases. Autoimmune diseases is not it's not coming from your genetics, I must tell you. It's coming from bad food habits. The chips and coke and all the time that you're eating, all that stuff, right? That is the problem. I have a very, very detailed research on autoimmune diseases and autism for medical astrology students. We are going to discuss a lot in coming times, and the solutions for autism and mild autism and very strong autism and all that. But we will stick to 777 years. Now, interesting part. Let me see. Because now I believe that you people have Jyotish sense. Huh? Astrology is all about sense. Okay. Although I'm going to teach you everything in this class, but I will make it little exciting, right? Because I want, all my besties and all my, you know, good students who are very, very active when they discuss horoscopes and all that stuff, and some hidden gems that I have in my class. People who doesn't talk much, but they are doing their very well in their life, spiritually and astrologically. Hidden gems. The first 7 years, 0 to 7 years. What do you think this dasha would be dedicated to which house? Open question. Type. What do you think? Which house should be the first 0 to 7? You know, Array Mercury nahi. I'm talking. It's a house. It's a house. It's not planet. No planet. Okay. Fifth. Second. 1, 3, 4. House. Fourth. Okay. Okay. So people who think Lagna, first house, right? Technically, when you are born, okay, you are in the womb of your mother. Coke, जिसे बोलते हैं. For 9 months, then you come out and you are completely dependent on your mother. You take mother feed. You don't know about your potty habits. So mother clean you, mother teaches you about the potty habits, and you get the actual nourishment of life. So the first 0 to 7 years are dedicated to the fourth house. Naturally. Naturally. It's not lagna. You people will be astonished that lagna is part of old age. अभी बता रहा हूं पहले. It's not even the middle age. Once the class finishes, I'll tell you why lagna is about the old age. Because as a child, you are not bothered about your body. As a youth, you are not bothered about your body. You're bothered about your muscle and this, that, and I should look good. And that's not lagna. That is aruda. The way people are looking at you. Right? You want to be fantastic for the people. Okay? In the middle age also, you are so busy doing other things in life. But when you get old, then you get very conscious about your disease, your lower back, your lagna, your body. Oh, I have this disease, I have that disease. I should walk carefully. I should not walk fast. If I fall, I will not be able to recover. That is actually taking care of your lagna. You want to survive, You keep getting your tests done every 3 months. You don't forget your medicines. All the old age, if you see your grandmother and they're very conscious about walking, not slipping. Were you conscious in the young age or in the youth or even in the middle age? You're not. In the middle age, you are eating bloody hell, right? I mean, you're eating what not. I've seen in the middle age, people are so dependent on tea and coffee. When they are working in the corporate, they have those vending machines and people are fetching the cups of coffee, every 1 hour. One, it is free. Second, you get habitual to it. I see coffee mugs and coffee cups and tea. Every 1 hour, you need a kick, you need a tea, you need coffee, you need a cigarette. That's what is happening in the middle age. Right? So we will talk about all these things. But 0 to 7 is dedicated to the fourth house. Now, suppose you have a 3-year-old horoscope coming to you. अब ध्यान से सुनना, it's very important. And the dasha is fantastic. Okay. But the parents are saying that the बच्चा बहुत बीमार है, the child is very sick. Is not having immunity. He's in problematic situation. We are very tired of doing dasha based remedies, and people are giving the gemstone of the lagna. People are making him do dan of the dasha. They're going to the sixth house and looking at what is the condition of the disease and all that. But the actual solution is the fourth house, because bhava based dasha is working in the fourth house from 0 to 7 years. So if you have malefics in the fourth house, Rahu, Shani, these, that, right, bad planets in the fourth house, you will immediately predict कि iska bachpan will not go right. 0 to 7 years, he can have those diseases, issues, problems. Okay. So technically, if you are not finding, sometimes the Vimshotri Mahadasha will give you straight answer. Bad Mahadasha, right? And suffering. So you do the remedies of Vimshotri Graha, right? And also do the remedy for the fourth house. Because based on the Bhava based Dasha, up to 7 years, the fourth house is activated. Okay, so can we do like this? So I can write, so this is my first house, obviously, this is second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. And I can write down one thing here with a different pen is, can I write here like 0 to 7? Okay, right? So यहाँ पे लिख सकता हूँ fourth house, 4H. Next, tell me something about 7 to 12, 7 to 14. Which house do you think? अब बताओ. Let me see who answers. And और ना मेरे को थोड़ा logical answer देना, मतलब ऐसे ही टिंग 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 लिखते हो, 2 मिनट सोचो. Think about it and then answer. What do you think? Fifth house, fifth house, fifth house. Good, fifth house. Lot of fifth house. Third house, seventh house, fifth house. Nice, fifth house. Intelligent people, right? Suresh Prajapati, second house. Okay. Okay. Anyone else? Let me see what you people are writing. Fifth house, study and father due to finance. Absolutely. Good. Digestion banti hai that time, So, third house. Okay. Okay. No worries. So, our scriptures say that 7 to 14 is dedicated to second house. Okay. Second house. Why second house? Up till 7 years, you are in that nourishment mode. Okay. You're in that nourishment mode. But in the second phase, 7 to 14, you develop your taste. अगर आपके घर में कोई बच्चा है ना, तो when that child has turned 7 or 8, he will start telling you कि उसको ये tasty लगता है, ये tasty नहीं लगता. This is tasty for him, this is not tasty for him. Right? And he will tell you that, okay. And you know what? This also represents another thing. Another thing is that communication is not the third house. It's technically the second house. Why? Because from the second house, you learn how to communicate. Third house is what to communicate. So that what part is in the third house, that how part is in the second house. So from home, from the environment, from the family, whatever you speak, the child will repeat that. If the father is abusive, the child will child will be abusive. He will abuse. He'll use those words. Because now you're learning from communication. If you are born in a village, suddenly your communication will be of kind of a villager, that child. But if you're born in a very, very educated family and everyone is speaking good English and nice words and good morning or Hare Krishna all the time, the child would repeat that. And that base is from 7 to 14 years, which come from the second house. So if you are having problems in your communication within the family, right, within the taste, right, you will have to see the second house. Having so many negative planets in the second house is very bad for that platform that you keep for a child, which will make him a unique person, which will make him someone who's very, very good. So if you have a horoscope coming and you don't understand what is happening in that dasha, right? Just simply go to the second house if the age is between 7 to 14. See if there is something wrong. Yeah, you see that Spursh is saying? Right? I'm a little bad throat. Yeah. I don't know why. So, second house and the malefics in the second house can spoil your initial years of teenage, right? Problematic situation. So let me go there and let me dedicate the 7 to 14 years to second house. So can I write 7 to 14? Right? Now, second house is also considered as the house of your Gotra. Is also considered as the house of your Gotra. Any questions you have, keep it in the parking lot. I'll break my flow. Right? Or you can type it. So, your Gotra is also gets activated between 7 to 14. So any sanskara which is related to your gotra, if you have to do, the best time is from 7 to 14. Okay? And you know what? What Muni Parashara says? That till the age of 14, no matter what you do, it is not considered as sin. No matter what you do. So eating eggs, non-veg, because you are under the control for first 7 years from the family, from the mother and then to the family, because you are eating what your family is eating, right? You have no control over it. If everyone is eating eggs in the morning, you are bound to eat those eggs in the morning. If everyone is eating meat in the morning in the family, you are bound to eat that meat in the morning. If nobody is doing prayers, then you're not supposed to do prayers. If your family is doing prayers, then you'll go to the temple and do some prayers and all that. So 14 साल तक जो है, that's पाप नहीं लगता. That's a line which is written. 14 साल की आयु तक पाप नहीं कंसिडर होता है. And if you are suffering from 0 to 14, it is absolutely, 8 to 14. That's the same thing, yeah. 7 to 14 or 8 to 14 is fine. Right? So it's already written. All right. So second house, and where was I? Talking about Gotra, क्या बात कर रहा था? See, I lost my flow.
You were talking about
You're
sufferings.
suffering between 0 to 14.
0 to 14.
So 0 to 14 suffering, is absolutely your bad prarabdha. It has no involvement of your present karmas. So if you are suffering from cancer at the age of 5 and 6, what bad karma the child has done? Nothing, no? It's from the prarabdha. It's from the past. Seen children with major thalassemia. What is the prarabdha? 2-year-old baby. It's a prarabdha. That soul inside that 2-year-old body has some bad prarabdha. Now comes 14 to 21. Okay? So people are saying 9th house, from 14 to 21. 5th house. Nice answers. 5th house. 5th house. 5th or 3rd house. 5th house. 5th house. Fantastic. 3rd or 5th house. 5th house. 5th house. 5th, 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 5th. 3rd, 5th, 3rd, 5th. 5th house. 5th, 5th. This you will not be able to guess. Pakka. Right? I'm so happy that you're not able to guess it. मेरे को मजा आ रहा है. Right? So that means I have some unique thing to tell you. Right? तो आपको पता ही नहीं लग रहा है. Right? चलो, अब आपको और नहीं तड़पाते हैं. ठीक है, तो तड़प रहे हो, क्या है 5th, 5th, 4th, 5th, 9th. Right? So you know what? 14 to 21. The house is 8th house. Ashtam Bhava. 8th house. Now you'll be surprised, Guruji. How? What? 8th house? How come 8th house? Right? What is 8th house, by the way? Exactly. It's transformation, point number 1. But on the same time, it is the house of addictions, curiosity. You have that curiosity of sexual thing. From 14 to 21, children come to know about, periods, sexuality, ejaculation, what is bad thing to see, what is a cigarette, what is a beer, what is a drink. 99.99% people, for the first time between 14 to 21, they taste that beer or drink or anything which is bad, right? They taste, what is that pleasure when you hold somebody's hand, or what is the kiss, or what is that sexuality, that this thing come, and you have to be very friendly to your children between 14 to 21, because it is the eighth house. And you know what? All these things that I'm talking about, if you are a child, don't you think they were all secretive things in your life? Because from 14 to 21, your life was most secretive. Out of your entire, if I have so many people. I have Serena here. She's in 50s or 60s. You think about your life. I'm in my mid 40s, early 50s. Think about it, Sudhanshuji. Think about it. Your life was highly secretive between 14 to 21. We want to keep so many secrets with us. आप देखो ना, if there's a Jupiter and Ketu, so then it will be Sattvic. Certainly, yes. It will take you to that Sattvikta. Having malefics there, suppose you've got Saturn there, right? Or you get Mercury there. So then your life is going to be very, very different. That's how you judge a horoscope also. And if there's no planet sitting, look at the second step should be not the lord of that second house, okay? The second step should be if you have any drishti, any planet is giving a drishti on that house. जुपिटर की दृष्टि है, शनि की है, मंगल की है, किसकी दृष्टि है? On that eighth house. And if you have a chart like me where, you know, we've got moon there with lot of curiosity, right? Or the planets like Jupiter or Saturn aspecting, or Mars have a drishti, people also become sports person. Rahu is like you get crazy about technology and you learn, lessons of life. You understand who is clever and who is not clever. If you have Rahu there at very early age, you will find out, ये दुनिया का चक्कर क्या है? What is this world all about? Rahu is going to make you very intelligent in those years. And for some people, you can also smoke. You can love to smoke. Rahu, Saturn, you would love to drink. You understand? If you have some combinations, but I'm not here to discuss combinations, that's a later part. Let me first teach you. Let me give you that basic platform. So 14 to 21 is your eighth house. So now you know that eighth house is not that death and marak and all that. It's like the house of transformation. Bhava Dasha. What we are teaching? Bhava Dashas. So from this, when you get a horoscope with this age, you must do certain remedies for the eighth house. Superb technology, huh? Better than me, yaar. Better than you people, pakka. Shasvi, Mrs. Golcha. So you need to do remedies of the eighth house. You need to check the condition. अब आई बात 21 से 28 की. अब देखते हैं कौन बताते हैं. Right? 21 to 28. Fifth house, seventh house, sixth house, seventh house, fifth house. Fifth house is because of romance, creativity, years. Third house, third house, third house, third house. Sixth house, 10th house, ninth house. What's wrong with the eighth house? Very good technology. Sixth house, competition. This. Okay. So You know what? First of all, let me tell you one thing. Till the age of 28, you have to understand life more deeply. There is no romance. From 14 to 28, there is no romance. The only thing that is there is lust. Right? Romance is in mid 40s and mid 50s or old age. An old couple can be romantic. A young couple is more lusty. Do you agree to this thing? The real meaning of romance is when you're in the 50s and 60s. That's romantic. You will enjoy that candlelight on a beach, you know, when you are in your 50s and 60s. But when you are on 20, you'll be more eager that when will this dinner get over and we can go to bed. That's the base, that's the planning of going to the bed. That's what the date is all about. That opportunity to, get physical is between that early 20s and 30s. That's the ultimate aim. But the real romance comes in your 50s and 60s. That small, small moments. Because now you are a mother, you are a father, you've done all. But now you love those small moments of life. That is known as romantic. Okay? But that is not the fifth house. So, the last phase of your youth is dedicated to 10th house. Because now you start thinking that you need to work. आपको काम करना पड़ेगा. You'll have to work. You start thinking about it. So if you are struggling between 21 to 28, irrespective of the Vimshotri Mahadasha that you're seeing, along with that, you must do certain remedies for the 10th house. You must do certain remedies for the 10th house. Karma gets activated. Shall we write it down? The 10th house. So this sheet should become a beautiful looking sheet. 10th house. So first was here. So 14 to 21 and the 10th house again. And now it is 21 to 28. Okay? I think so. So the youth is sorted. So youth is sorted. Okay. Now let me change the color of the pen. From red, the life has become blue. Okay. So now this phase of 21 to 35. Ab batao. Which house based dasha should be activated? What is that dasha? Sixth house, seventh house, seventh house, seventh house. अच्छा आप शादी की बात कर रहे हो शादी because a lot of people will get married between this age 28 to 35, so obviously it's not the seventh house. It's not the seventh house. Muni Prashra never see marriage from the seventh house. Muni Parashara see marriage from the 12th house. So this 28 to 35 is dedicated to 12th house. 12th house. Now you don't know what is a 12th house basically. Because 12th house is a house of legal bed pleasures. 12th house is when you first feel loneliness. You talk to anyone between 28 to 35, that person will come and tell you, Guruji, I did a wrong investment. I lost my money in share market. What is share market? Quick money, no? बैठे बैठे पैसे बन रहे हैं. 28 to 35, you want to invest, you want to, you get a lot of bed pleasures, and the planet sitting in the 12th house. Now, this is a golden line. इसको आप और कंसल्टेशंस में यूज कर सकते हो. The Lord of the 12th house, the planet sitting in the 12th house will force you to get married. Should I repeat this line? Planet sitting in the 12th house or planets sitting in the 12th house will force you to get married. Lordships too will force you to get married. Even if it is Rahu in the 12th house. And when that planet transits over your 3rd house, 7th house, or 12th house, or during the transit have a strong drishti, you can predict marriage. देखो आपको एक और गुर सिखा दिया मैंने आज. How do you predict marriage? The planet sitting in the 12th house should have some sambandha with the 7th house during the Mahadasha, Antardasha, or during the transit. You will get married. And that is not the technique, okay? This is one of the techniques. अब आप इसको दी टेक्निक समझ लेते हो, फिर कहते हैं मेरी कुंडली में तो है नहीं, हमारी तो शादी कहीं और हुई थी. It's some other dasha. It's one of the techniques. So जब हम मैरिज की प्रिडिक्शन के लिए मेरे पास कुंडली आती है ना, so what I do, I see various possibilities. One possibility, second possibility, third possibility. It is one of the possibility. If this one of the possibility is manifesting, you're getting married in this month. Am I making some sense to you? Yes, no, maybe. Are you with me? You're getting it? Huh? So,
Yes.
in this age, yes, Madhur, 12th house Lord too. So, in this age, in this age, between 28 to 35, when you will get maximum amount of consultation, people coming because this time unki life goes for a 6. You must do the remedy of the planet sitting in the 12th house or the Lord of the 12th house. आपको remedy देना ही देना. So the most effective mantra between this age is Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. The best mantra for a child between 14 to 21 is Om Namo Narayanaya. Make your child learn this thing from 14 to 21. Om Namo Narayanaya. यार अभी ना मुझे कोई बोल रहा था कि गुरुजी keep a small crash course on marriage and compatibility and this that. Well, very good idea. Somebody messaged me. I don't know. मैं भूल जाता हूँ. So many messages. So I'm planning to keep a 7 days workshop on predicting marriage and on compatibility, how to check those compatibility. 7 दिन का एक crash course रखेंगे. Right? So you will learn. Oh, Sandeep ji requested. Yeah, Sandeep ji, I remember now. I'm sorry, yaar, I forget names. Okay? No problem, Aarti ji. Recording मिलेगी आपको. So, we'll keep that 7 days of that course. Okay? तो उसमें बहुत कुछ सीख जाओगे. At least एक part should be sorted for you people. Right? And I must tell you that you still have opportunity to enroll in Oman's, workshop. That is going to be a life-changing, workshop for you people, because you are going to learn a lot of predictive astrology in that also, because not just the omens. I have superimposed Jyotisha on omens. You love it, right? So it's the 12th house, you know, which gets activated. People within this age get that strong feeling of going abroad. Let me go to abroad, let me settle abroad. I really wish to go abroad because I'm pissed off from my motherland and all that stuff. So the production of the children is happening not in the fifth house, it's happening in the 12th house. Because 12th house is also house of mating. You understand what I'm saying? 12th house का धर्म कहां पर है? Where is the dharma of 12th house? It's in the 8th house. You know how strong you are sexually, how strong you are in the bed depends upon your life between 14 to 21. If you are in the bad habits, you are not sexually strong. So 8th house was not managed, because of which you are not enjoying the 12th house. Am I making some sense? Hello. So that means every house-based dasha is basically what? Is the result of a previous house. Is a result of those previous, the way you've attended. And how can you get married? You can only get married if your 10th house is sorted. If your 10th house is not sorted, how will you get married? How will you get that license of, you know, mating and getting children? And Chanakya is very clear on this. He says that marriage means children. If you don't want to have children, don't marry. It will be a bad karma. It will be a bad karma. ठीक है? समझ में आ रहा है? मजा आ रहा है? सो इस एज में 12th हाउस का उपाय बहुत जरूरी. द रेमेडी फॉर द 12th हाउस इज वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट. फ्रॉम 28 to 35. Now what about 35 to 42? Let me see. अब देखते हैं. 11th हाउस. क्या बात है. और बताइए. लगना. अरे लगना नहीं, अभी आएगा. House, 9th house, 6th house, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, 6, third, 7th, third, spirituality. Fifth, third. Okay. It's going to be the 6th house. And 6th house is not rogue, great Shatru. That's one part of it. Actually, when you turn 36 and 37, you know what Muni Parashara thought? That what should come in the mind? 35 to 42 is the age. If you've done just one thing in that age, just one thing, your next 20, 30 years will be good. You know that one thing? That one thing is charity. 6th house is house of charity. If you learn seva, if you learn charity, if you learn to donate, एग्जैक्टली प्रीति जी, 12वें और अष्टम का देखना पड़ेगा. बच्चे जो ले लेते हैं ना, the couple, they adopt kids, it is their dashas. So when is the best time to adopt a child? तो हम अष्टम और 12वें को देखते हैं उसमें. इस छोटी सी क्लास से आप बहुत कुछ सीखोगे. Lot of learn. You'll learn a lot of things. So, sixth house. And अगर आपने इस एज में आपके पास कुंडली आया, you got a horoscope, and the first thing that you make this native learn is to how to charity. Give him lot of danas. आप दान करो, आप दान करो, आप दान करो, आप दान करो. Tell him to do lot of danas, charities. And it is the age when you become addicted for tea, coffee, cigarette the most, because the workload is so high, the responsibilities are so high, that suddenly people come to me and say, Navneet sir, I don't know what happened to me. I'm drawn towards coffee or tea or maybe some every day in the evening. I take 2 drinks and sleep. I'm not looking at Tuesdays, Thursdays, Sundays, Mondays. Guruji, what to do, Guruji? Something is not good. I'm getting addicted. Then people get addicted to charity also. And then you come across the real competition. See, competition is not clearing the competitive test. Competition is when you clear that competitive test and you are in a job or a profession, that is the time when a long lasting competition starts, which lasts for 6 years, 7 years, 10 years, 20 years, that competition begins between your boss, between business, between the peers. So, likhte hain. So let's complete the. So 25 to 35, 12th house. So 28 to 35, I'm sorry. And then 35 to 42 is dedicated to the 6th house. Okay. And you also get so many diseases here. You get that basics of those diseases. आपका base बन जाता है. Once you cross 42, people who are in from the age of 42 to 49. Now tell me which house. 11th house. Fantastic. Third house, 11th, 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 11th. Ninth house, third house, ninth house, third house. आप में से कितने लोग हैं in this age bracket? Raise your hands. Raise your hands. Okay, I will also raise my hands. Okay. What is your biggest concern right now? Don't forget about the house. Tell me, which is your biggest concern? Which is your biggest concern at this age? Nah, yaar. You don't talk to your heart. Exactly, Ankita. Bacche. Kids is your concern. You know what you want? Your kid should study well and get settled. Every day it is coming in your mind. Now you stop doing things for yourself. Now everything that we are doing is for our children. And if you don't have children, you are doing it for your spirituality. Now the mantras are coming in the picture. You really want more mantras, more sadhana. Huh? You want to have that routine of that mantra shastra. You want to learn. You want to develop your skills now, which you could not develop in the young age. So your highest concern is your children. Now you are thinking, what should I invest? Should I take a rented home or should I make a home and put it on rent, especially for my children? Should I do a FD done, a fixed deposit done? Which university, which school? ये यूनिवर्सिटी चली जाए ना, ये चला जाए ना, बस I am settled. Huh? That's your thought. between 42 to 49. And if you don't have children, your concern is about spirituality, your mantra shastras. You're learning mantras more and more. So I have seen people from 42 to 49 learning maximum mantras in their life. That spirituality kicks in. And you become very naive for your children. You have no idea. So this Bhava Dasha is dedicated to fifth house. Get the remedies. The answer is fifth house, Deepti. It's the fifth house. Get the remedies done for the fifth house. You sort your fifth house between 42 to 49. Increase your mantra shastras. Do Namah Shivayas. Go to Jyotirlingas. Go to Somanath. You must work. And if you have malefics in the fifth house, this age will become hell. You'll be so worried about your children, problematic situation. You'll be so insecure about your children. You need to do the remedies of the fifth house. हाँ? बबीता जी को नींद आ रही है, कॉफी भेजूं बबीता जी आपके लिए? आधा कप पी लो, थोड़ी सी गरम गरम. आई एम जस्ट सेंडिंग. भेजता हूं आपको. हाफ अ कप. You'll take it with milk or black coffee?
No, no, Guruji, I don't want
No, not Babita. Babita ji. Babita ji.
sleeping.
Acha,
Okay.
you are also sleeping. Good.
No, no, I was not sleeping, Guruji. That is a good.
आपको तो मैं बोल दूंगा. I'm not saying to you. I'm
Okay.
saying to Babita ji. Babita.
Okay.
Okay. आधा कप कॉफी. ओके. भेजता हूँ. आधा कप चाय. चाय चाहिए. ओके. चाय तो हम पंजाबी में बोलते हैं. चाय ले आ दो. राइट. हमारी पंजाबी इज अ वेरी ugly language, dirty, thick language. मेरी चाह किथे है? Right, so that's start off. Okay. All right, so the remedies doing mantras, remedies doing lot of mantra japa, stotrams and all that. That's the remedy for the fifth house. Developing your skill, spirituality, that will help your children. Now, earlier you were going to Jyotirlingas for yourself. Now you are going to Jyotirlingas for the well-being of your children. Shiva, please take care of my son. Shiva, please take care of my daughter. Make him a good person. Now the approach has changed. Thank you. The approach will change. Suddenly the momentum of life is going to be towards children. Towards children. अब बताओ. अगला हाउस बताओ. Now it's 49 to 56. 49, 56 का ब्रैकेट है ना अगला. Yes, 49 to 56. देखिए क्या आंसर आ रहे हैं. नाइन्थ लग्ना. 11th house लग्ना. Ninth house, third house, seventh house. Okay, it's the 11th house. Just 1 second, I have a call. All right, so 11th house. What is 11th house basically? 11th house is society. Suddenly you will realize that now you are in need of society. Why you are in need of society? Because you want children to get married. Only the way you can get your children married is if you have some reputation in the society and society knows you and you are part of the society. Your worth will only come from your PR, from your society. This age is the age to work on the 11th house, 49 to 56. You need to do the remedies of the 11th house. Very, very important. And getting to the Guru Charan. Then अब यहां पे जाके लोग जो है वो अपने गुरु के चरण पकड़ लेते हैं. हमें बचाओ, हमारे बच्चे की शादी करवा दो, मैरिज करवा दो, राइट? समाज में इज्जत बने रहे. सी पीपल हु आर बिटवीन 49 to 56, रेज योर हैंड्स. Aren't they very, very conscious about their image in the society? Or they have to take things from the society? Because if you are not in sync with the society, your life is not going to work. You're not going to work. You need society, you need Guru Charana, the lotus feet of your Guru. And you start thinking about gains in life. What have I gained in my life till now? You think at least once a week. That could be spiritual gain, physical gain, mental gain, financial gain. And lot of people struggle in finance from 49 to 56 because of Kali Yuga. The remedy goes to the 11th house. And should I tell you one very powerful remedy? Simply check the Rashi of the 11th house in your horoscope and go to the Jyotirlinga of that Rashi. Visit the Jyotirlinga of that Rashi. Don't calculate your Jyotirlinga. Visit the Jyotirlinga. Suppose it is Aries there, then you're supposed to go to Rameshwaram. If it is Taurus, then you go to Somanath. It is, Gemini, go to Nageshwar. So, simply go to that Jyotirlinga or do the remedies of, if there are planets sitting in the 11th house, then you have to do those remedies. Suppose Mars, suddenly dedicate your life to nursing. Nursing Rupa, Hanumanji, you have to give your life to, between that age. Look at the Graha. We can take charts, in the discussions, and we can do Narayan mantras and remedies and so many other things. But you should have a guru in this age. गुरु होना चाहिए इस एज में. अगर गुरु नहीं है ना आपके, if you don't have a guru in this age, your life is going to be very difficult. I must tell you. Moon, go to Krishna. Shilpa, go to Krishna. Chandra is all about Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Moon is serving food, charity, donate food. अपने हाथों से खिलाओ लोगों को, गरीबों को. अरे यार, I will not tell all the planets. अभी रुको, I'll have to teach. The class will go 4 hours. I'm so hungry, I need breakfast. Because I do Aghora mantras empty stomach. तो अभी तक मेरा stomach empty है. Because Aghora mantras, Shiv Mahapuran students have to be empty stomach. Aghora mantras, very powerful. So, we can say that from, this is your 11th house, 49 to 56. Can you imagine, ladies and gentlemen, अभी तक लगन नहीं आया. Till now, Lagna has not come. You're talking about Lagna. Now, when you touch 56 and you go up to 63, this is the time of Lagna. Actually. Because now you're conscious about Oh, मेरी कमर टूट गई, my backbone, my legs, my hips not working, Guruji, my arms not working, Guruji. This happened, Guruji, that happened, Guruji. Hmm? Guruji, I want to become more intelligent, Guruji. Hmm? I want to do this, Guruji. I want to work on myself now. You're very conscious about your lagna. And people get into midlife crisis, especially health, because lagna is related to health. So ये जो age है, in this particular age, you start getting pains in the body. So let me take green color. Green. Green we can take, dark green. So this is lagna. First house, 1H. 56 to 63. Now, tell me about 63 to 70. Let me see. Now, चार तो घर रह गए. Okay. It's preparation, preparing your mind for death. 63 to 70, you start preparing your mind for death. And it's the seventh house that gets activated. The most powerful marka. Saptama Bhava. You live your life day by day. And many people come to me and say, Navneet sir, is there a way we can do our Kirya Karam in advance before we die? Or is there we can do our Shraddha? The answer is yes. There are procedures of doing your own Kirya Karam and Shraddhas and all that before you die. We have it in our shastras. It is when you reach this age, get yourself a package which has your last kafan, the last white sheet that is put on the body, your last clothes, your towel and everything. Make a package and keep it in the almirah and tell your family that this is something for my last. Use it when I die. And if you go to Kashi and all, these Pandits will tell you that there are, even if you are not dead, you can still do your Kirya Karam and Shraddha. Maybe बच्चे abroad हैं, वो करे ही ना. And then you are up there hanging. And for heaven's sake, don't do it in your 40s and 50s. Please, don't be mentally sick. Don't invite death. Okay? Don't do it. Right? People will think, okay, you are in Kali Yuga, right? You'll start thinking of it 35-40 में कर लेते हैं. 2-4 बार कर लेते हैं. So don't do that, please, huh? You will know when your body is not responding. You will know. And that response will not come in your late 60s. 68, 70, you will see that is not responding. Benefit to do? It is benefit, is it? If at times people do it, I mean, at least, you are not burden on anyone, right? Karmic settlement will start happening once does this. ऐसा नहीं होता अपूर्वा. That's your thought process. It's not settlement that will happen. It's that at times कोई गलती हो जाती last ritual में. This is for the people who are living alone. The old couple living alone. Children are in America, Canada. They are not following the rituals. So people are staying in Canada, America. They don't have those temples and Kashi. So when they come at the age of 68, 70, तो अपना advance में वो करके चले जाते हैं. आत्मा श्राद्ध, आत्मन श्राद्ध. But not, this is not for everyone, okay? Don't walk on these lines. Don't make your life like complicated. Trust your children if you are in India. If you are abroad, you think that they'll put you in an oven after the death and within 2 minutes you'll be ash. They'll pack that ash and put it somewhere in some river. Then you have to do it. Because then you are, based on Hindu Dharma, it's not done. Children do it fine. Let them do it. It's their karma, they should do it. But this is for the people who are like in US and America and the facilities are not there. They come after 2 years and get the shraddha done here. You know, I've have many such cases. One of the email I shared. That's fine, Manishji. That's fine. At least children will have no pressure. They said, मेरे पापा ने already अपना किया हुआ है, but still we are doing it. Fantastic. हाँ, डेड बॉडी के ऊपर एक चादर थोड़ा होती है, 10 होती हैं. Dead body is not covered with one sheet. It is covered, maybe everyone who come for gratitude and give a sheet. But I don't want to do these negative talks right now, huh? It's a Sunday. I don't want to destroy your Sunday, huh? I don't want to destroy your Sunday. मैंने आपका already have taken 2 hours of yours of Sunday. I feel little guilty. Huh? So, which is the next house now? Which is the next house now? Last, Bhava Dasha is actually the ninth house now. So this is seventh house, and this becomes the ninth house, and this is the house of death, the third house. So this is where we see the death, which is 77 to 84, and this is 70 to 77. This is the right age for going to Kashi and start living in the Kashi and go to travels and you know, and that's how, if you get a horoscope, you need to do, yesterday I got a message, I'm 85-year-old and I'm in US. My wife died last year and I've come to my son. With my son, I have a very so-so, gelling. Guruji, is there a remedy that I can do? What will I do? I'll just go to his third house and get a remedy done for third house. His life will become more smooth. Are you getting? And that is why, did I tell you one thing? That the ninth house, if there's a malefic in the ninth house, your old age, the last years of your life are not good. You suffer. Remember one of my lectures? कि नवम भाव में अगर मेलेफिक बैठा है तो आपकी एंड एज खराब होगी, बीमारियों से मरोगे, ये होगा, वो प्रॉब्लम आएगा. that statement was from Bhava based Dasha. उस समय मैंने रिवील, if I can't give you that 2 hours of lecture, that if you have malefic in the ninth house, the last years of your life you are going to suffer. So it is very important to do remedy of the planet. If there's a malefic sitting in the ninth house, you must do the remedies for your last years of your life should be smooth. सूर्य is a malefic. Immunity diseases, bones diseases, ये सब प्रॉब्लम आता है सूर्य के साथ. सूर्य is a very cruel planet, cruelest of all. He'll burn you. Rahu is bad. It's like cancerous diseases and cancers and stomach and stuff. Having Saturn, Rahu, Mars, Surya is bad in the ninth house for your last years of life. It's bad. You're going to struggle before you die. So you need to do these remedies. Ketu is also bad in the ninth house. For spirituality, it is good. For health, it is not. If you one malefic, one benefic, to see which is strong, you still have to do the remedy for malefic. No planet means then you should look at the Lord. This was the lecture, ladies and gentlemen, I wanted to give you today. I've given you a lot of things to think about, and to given you the way you can give certain remedies to your clients. Because in 40 minutes consultation, you can't explain all these yogas, but you can quickly jump to that house and at least add one mantra, one stotra, something, based on that house. Abhi se, for Manish ji, for ninth house, you start doing remedies from now so that your old ages. When you come to know, third house malefics, not a very easy way to die. Problematic death, not good way to die. You have Jupiter in the third house, you will die sleeping. If you have Jupiter Rahu, you can die in a plane crash, or an accident, or a bomb blast, or a murder. That's what Jupiter Rahu does. Mars in the third house, blood related problems. I think we've learned all these things in medical Jyotish. A lot of discussion is there. Remedy for ninth house, go to your Jyotirlingas. Do all 12 Jyotirlingas. You have malefic planets, keep a target कि मैं 50 से पहले पहले 12 के 12 ज्योतिर्लिंग करूंगा, बस सब ठीक रहेगा, all will be good. Obviously, Dr. Madhur, nakshatras, planets, we have to, the more we can go deep and deep and we can find out the remedies. But one strong remedy is to do 12 Jyotirlingas before you die. It will help you. ठीक है, तो आज इतना ही.